Hey, welcome to my journey, my frugal journey. Today's video, we're not talking about being frugal. We're talking about something completely different. I told y'all a few weeks ago I was going to make this video because I was thinking about it one day. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, at 62 years old, which is what I am, there are things I just don't care about anymore that I used to in my younger years. Things that I look back now and think, that was really a waste of time to worry about that. It's really things you could have been doing more constructive with your time than to worry about these things. Now, in jobs and certain situations, you do have to worry about some of these things. But I'm just talking about, like, overall, obsessing about some certain things. And I just had wrote down a few things. There's probably more, but these are 6 things that I come up with that I just don't worry about anymore. And they're not in order of any kind. I just wrote them down. Cars. Oh my gosh. I used to want the best car. Not that I ever had it. The best car I ever had was an IROC Z. I loved that car. Oh my gosh, I loved that car. But you know what? Now, I don't care. I don't care what kind of car I'm in. I don't care if it's some fancy name. I don't care. As long as I've got a car that gets me from point A to point B safely, that's all I worry about. My car I got right now is a 2011 Kia Sorento. I will drive that car till the wheels fall off. I love it. Do I keep it nice and neat and organized and clean like I should? No. And guess what? I don't care about that either. I do need to clean out the trash. I don't throw the trash in the back. I have a trash bag, but it's slammed full, so I need to change out my trash bag. But I keep, like, all my grocery bags. I keep different stuff in the back seat that I might need, if something was to happen. I don't care if I drive a fancy car. That is just something, it's an expense that I don't need. Okay, you can tell by looking at me. Makeup. I don't care about makeup. I don't care if I ever put another stitch of makeup on my face, which I haven't in years. Me and Holly used to go to Ulta. That was our thing. She was going through something, and that was our time together. That was our therapy for her, being with her, helping her work through some things. And we spent a lot of money at Ulta. I wish I had that money back, and she does too. But we loved makeup, and we loved the collecting of the makeup. The different palettes and the name of them, and oh yes. And over the years, I would wear makeup. I didn't wear face makeup, like foundation, because I sweat, and it makes me feel like I got speckle on my face, and I can't stand that feeling. There was one makeup they made back in the day. It was CoverGirl's BB cream. Remember, they had BB and CC. I don't know the difference, but this was a BB cream. I could actually put it on my face, and it didn't feel like anything. I cannot put just any lotion on my face because it makes, like I said, it makes me feel like I got speckle on there. I got this stuff from the Dollar Tree now that I can put on. It feels good. And Olive Olay, the regular old-timey in the pink bottle, I can put that on there. But makeup, I don't care about wearing makeup. I don't care. If I got a job today, I would not put on makeup to go to that job. I know there are jobs where you have to look your best. It's like part of the deal. My jobs, I would try to look my best, but it was not like I worked in some high-powered office where being seen it mattered. Does that make sense? I mean, I didn't go in like a slovenly slob, but I did used to wear makeup. It wasn't to where I wouldn't go out the house without makeup. I've never been that into makeup. Hold on. I think this is hot. Yeah. But I don't care about it anymore. I give it all away. What Holly didn't want, I donated. I don't have any makeup in my drawer over there. If I needed to put makeup on, I would have to go buy makeup. So, yeah. Okay. Clothes and shoes. Don't care. Obviously, I have worn the same shirts on this YouTube channel since I started this YouTube channel. I live in tank tops. I don't have a job. And if I do go out, if it's summer, I wear them, bat flaps and all. Don't care. That comes up. I don't care about name brands. I don't care about looking put together. I do care if I match. Like right now, this is, hold on a minute. Okay, sorry. At least I have a solid shirt and printed pants because I wear my little Sami pants. That's what we always call them, Samis. PJs. All the time. I don't wear these out in public because they're just super, super large on me. And I swim in them. So I'm not wearing them out in public. And they're pajamas. So I do care about that. I don't wear my pajamas in public. But I don't care about having name brand clothes. I don't care about having fancy clothes. If I get name brand shoes, it's because that's what I can find to fit my feet. I don't go searching for name brand shoes, except for New Balance, because they feel better on my feet. But as far as any other kind of shoes, I don't care. So clothes and shoes, I don't care. I get my stuff from the thrift store if I can. Now that I've lost weight, I can. More than I could before. And obviously, I'm still wearing the same old stuff I wore at my biggest. Y'all have seen me in the same old shirts on this YouTube channel for, how long have I had this channel? Oh my gosh, we're coming up on 5 here. We're coming up, I have to use my fingers. I do, okay. Whatever. Guess what? Don't care. We're coming up on 5 years. Y'all have seen me in these same shirts. The short sleeve shirts that I used to wear in my first videos, I can't wear them no more. I had to get rid of them. I saved one for when I do lose all my weight. I can put it on and see how far I can. I can put it on now and see how far I've come, just over 100 pounds. But so while I love y'all know I do, I don't care about wearing the same clothes for years and years and years and years, because they're still, I mean, this is stained and it's got craft paint and all kinds of stuff on it. But I don't care. This is a big one. It's got a lot of parts to it. Having the best house. It used to bother me that my house wasn't finished. And it's not. It's not finished. There's lots of things that needs to be done. But it's become less important to me as I've gotten older. I have a roof over my head. It's not like the floors are falling down or anything. It's like we need new windows and trim and paint the walls. Things like that. You know, finish work. The house is solid. The house is solid as rock. We have finished work that will make the house look nicer. But it's not a big priority to me anymore. I don't know why, but as you get older, some things that you obsessed about when you were younger just seem to fade away. And that's one of them. And that is, I'm trying to look, I got a big things that all go along with that. As far as the house, you know, the building. But as far as the inside of the house, the home part. Now, I do care that I have a home. I do care about that. Excuse me. I want to have a nice home for me and my husband. That's the heart. That's not the building that you're in. That's the heart. But as far as inside my home, I don't care if it's perfectly clean. It's not filthy, but you can't eat off the floors. That's what I tell you. It's not a filthy house. It's not. But I don't dust as often as I probably should. I don't vacuum as often as I probably should. I don't mop as often as I probably should. I just don't. And guess what? I'm not obsessed over it. I used to get on my hands and knees and scrub my kitchen floor with a brush. I ain't doing that. I found out now I can get on my knees. But guess what? I ain't doing it. Well, I might, because my floor, the texture of it, it just holds dirt in. It's terrible. It's terrible. It does need scrubbing. But as far as worrying about being spick and span and spotless like a hospital, I don't care anymore. I don't care about how things are folded. And that used to bother me. I would refold something in a minute. I would appreciate the help, but if it wasn't done right, I would go behind and redo it, because I needed to have my towels a certain way. I needed to have my sheets fixed, my wash rags, all those things. They needed to be folded in the right way. I used to have to, I got a little thing in the bathroom that I keep my toilet paper in the little door part, and then there's two shelves. One shelf is for David's rags and one shelf is for my rags, because we like different styles. I used to have them folded neatly with the folded part sticking out, which you can see. Now, oh my gosh, I don't cram them up in there. I fold them, but I don't care if they're folded neatly. I just don't care if the folded part's sticking out or if the flappy part's sticking out. I just shove them up in there. I don't care. In the grand scheme of things, that is unimportant. The energy I used to waste on having things just so, and my house has never been perfectly decorated. It's been just how I want it. You know, just a home for me and my family. But like little things like rags and stuff like that, the energy I wasted, I don't care now. I don't care. It's very freeing. Okay, here's one. People's opinions. When you're out in public, I don't care about your opinion of me. I'm not out there acting up, showing out, causing trouble. Not that kind of thing. I'm talking about looking at how I dress, if my hair's combed perfectly, no makeup, my appearance. I don't care. I also don't care of how I do things. Okay, so perfect example. Me and Holly went to the movies the other week, and at the movie theater we go to, they stopped using the butter that you put on your popcorn salted. It's tasteless unless you salt it. You know, there's some foods that just don't have a flavor unless you salt them. Well, what they do is they give you little packets like you get at fast food restaurants to go. The little paper packets that you have to rip and I'm not fooling with that in the movies. Also, I am not going to get butter, because when I go to the movies, I like to get butter popcorn because I don't very often go to the movies, and so that's a treat for me, diet or not diet. But I don't like to get that butter on my clothes. So I keep a salt and pepper shaker in my car console, because sometimes, like if we go to Whataburger, I might need a salt. Maybe they forgot to put salt in the bag, and I ain't gonna have them walk back out there and bring me salt, so I got salt. Anytime I would go through somewhere and get fast food, French fries, I gotta have salt on them. So anything that I get to go, or I have been getting, back in the day when I do low carb, I get boiled eggs from the gas station, QT mostly. Well, I need salt on them, so I have my salt and pepper for my eggs. Well, I took that, and what I always do is I take a kitchen this is, listen, for people that don't care like me, this is your movie solution. Do it and don't worry about what somebody thinks looking at you. I take a kitchen towel to lay across my lap. That way I have something to wipe my hand on. It's not wiping it on my clothes and not using all them stinking little useless napkins that they have. Then I take a plastic bag, and it's not a Ziploc bag. It's just a plain old plastic bag that you'd have to use a twist tie with. I take that. I get my bag of popcorn, and I stick it down in my plastic bag. That way, when the butter seeps to the bottom of the bag, it don't get on my clothes. It gets in the bag. Then I take my salt shaker. So when I get the butter, and I move it around so it'll get all the way down to the bottom. But if you salt it, it's just going to be on the top. So I salt it and eat that layer, and then I can salt the next layer and eat that layer, and then I can salt the next layer, and it makes the popcorn good all the way through. Because after you eat that top salted part, if you use their little packets, if you don't take them in there with you in the movies, in the dark, then the rest of your popcorn doesn't have any flavor. So I'm sitting there with my towel, with my popcorn in my plastic bag and my salt shaker. And do I care? No, ma'am. I do not. Because you know what? I'm living my best life. And that is part of my best life. That helps me enjoy the movie, keep my clothes clean, and have tasty popcorn. So, yeah, I don't care. Listen, I got some gnarly looking toes, and I don't really like people to look at them because they're just, ugh. But if they do, I don't care. If I wear my little slide-on sandals, I don't care. I was painting them. But you know, when you got one that kind of sticks up, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. What's the use? So, who cares? So there's that. Then the final one is about my husband. His annoying habits. They kind of don't bother me anymore. I just sometimes literally laugh out loud. Because I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, he just has little things that he's done. We've been married 30 years. We've been together, I don't know, 31, 32, something like 32. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. But 30 years of marriage, there are things that he does that I kid you not, he has not changed in one teensy weensy little bit. Things that used to cause knockdown dragouts by me. Now I'm just like, whatever. It's just him. And so I stopped sweating the small stuff. The fact that I made, and I could almost cry about it, the fact that I made such a big deal over stupid stuff hurts my heart. Because now I don't care. Because you know what, in the grand scheme of things, those things he did, they don't matter. They don't matter. They're just, some of them, they still get on my nerves. I'm like, roll my eyes. I'm like, really? But not enough that I'm going to say anything, or I'm going to cause a stink, or I'm going to fuss, because I just know that's how he is, and that's how it's going to be, and I can learn to live with it, or not. And so I live with it. Not that I'm being a martyr. I don't want it to sound like that. But you know what? I'd rather have him with his little habits than to not have him at all. And I know some of y'all can relate because you've lost your spouse. And that's men too. I have one particular man. He lost his spouse, and she was one of my faithful subscribers. So I didn't mean to get on here and cry, but if you've been with me any length of time, that it is subject to happen at any given moment, because I'm just that kind of person. I I can well up in just a moment's notice. And if I get something on my brain, I'll well up. It don't take much. But I just think of all the time I wasted and all the energy I put into fussing and fighting. It's ridiculous. I could either fuss and fight about it, or I can change the way I deal with it. And that's what I had to do. Change the way I respond. Change the way I react. And that's what I've done. And let me tell you, it has made life so much easier. It's made life so much better. I enjoy my husband so much more because I have learned these little things he does is just who he is. It's like Holly said when she was like in the first grade. She was sitting on my lap one day, and I'm pretty sure it was at work because she'd come up there after school. I said, Holly, why you do so and so? So I can't even remember what it was. She looked at me and she goes, that's just who I am. So that's just who he is. And you know what? It goes both ways. I know I do things that get on his nerves, but he don't never say nothing about it. I couldn't even tell you what I do that does get on his nerves because he don't say nothing about it. He don't mention it. He don't comment on it. He don't roll his eyes. Nothing. So I don't know what little habits I have that drive him nuts. If they even do drive him nuts, because he's just copacetic, man. He's just copacetic. He used to always tell me that. I'm like, how you doing? He goes, copacetic. That was his standard answer. Well, I'm just copacetic. He's funny. So those are, I got an itch. 6 things that I don't care about at 62 years old. Things that I wish I hadn't wasted so much energy and effort on when I was younger, because now that I am 62 and there's more time behind me than there is in front of me, they don't matter. In the grand scheme of your life, you have to think what matters. What really, really matters. What's going to change your happiness, your well-being. What is going to make you just have so much more drama in your life than you need. And drama, and I'm always looking for my words, and guess what? Don't care. We can sit here all day and just conversate, and then I can think of something else. Oh, guess what? Don't care. But these are 6 things that I came up with, and I encourage you to think about things maybe in a different way. I know some of y'all, because most of y'all, I got younger viewers, but most of y'all are my age or older. And I'm sure you've already come to the conclusion. Hold on a minute. Excuse me. Most have come to the conclusion that I have, that there's just things that don't matter. And I just encourage you to think about them. Rethink if it's worth you getting upset over, if it's worth you taking your time and effort to do. Does it matter? Does it matter? I hate to sound morbid, but on your deathbed, does it matter? You know? Pretty much none of that will. Not one single solitary thing on there will matter to me on my deathbed. I will not be on my deathbed thinking, oh my gosh, my towels are folded wrong. No. I'm not thinking, oh, I don't have my makeup on. No. Oh man, I wish I had that car and I never got that car. No. So like I said, I'm not trying to be morbid, but these are things to think about. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in tomorrow for my tag video, monthly tag video that will be up in the morning. So I will see you then.